Next bid on the block. We're going, do I hear 35,000, 35,000, yes, 40, 45,000, 50, 55,000, 70, 75,000, 80, 85,000, 100, 100,000 going once, going twice, sold.
Did you just lose your house to a bidding war? Hello, my name is Barry Horvath, and this is Moving Forward TV, your local market update.
That's cute. Hi, and I'm DeLynn Gaston. Thanks for joining us today. On today's show, we are talking about, actually we're talking to kind of like not necessarily just to the realtors out there, but actually to the home buyers. Now is the time to buy, and I know people have heard this over and over and over again.
Now is the best time.
You are such a singer.
I am. It's natural. Did you see that auctioneer that was on here?
Yeah, I know.
That was unbelievable. What a bidding war that really was. So obviously that wasn't a real bidding war,
right.
But that's kind of how it is right now out there in the market, because it's definitely a seller's market.
It's a seller's market. And what does that mean? That means that there's less inventory on the market and more buyers out there. So that means you as a buyer, you have fewer choices out there, and there's a lot of buyers. So you're going to get into bidding wars probably on a house.
So today, we, the smart ones here, well, mostly her actually, we're going to teach you how to win that bidding war.
Okay, the first tip is offer the most money.
This is brought to you by Captain Obvious.
Well, duh.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
You'd think you'd know, but you know, as a buyer, you're not allowed to know what the other bids are on the house, just what yours is. So again, if you like it, go in with your highest and best. The days, quite frankly, of like your parents might tell you, oh, we'll offer them less than what the asking price is.
Not true.
Not true in today's market.
In fact, buyers get so caught up in thinking they're only getting a good deal if they pay below the asking list price. They may be buying a house well below value already, so paying above list price may not be such a bad thing.
You know, folks, let me tell you something. They are all good deals right now.
So here's a good one. A lot of sellers love to see cash buyers.
Really?
Really?
You wouldn't think.
I know, only because financing is so easy in today's
Captain
world.
Obvious.
Yeah, leave me alone, okay? Hey, I don't write
My
this.
turn.
I don't write this stuff, right? Or the other option is, excuse me, more Captain Obvious, put a larger down payment, because if they see a buyer putting down 20% versus 3.5% like an FHA
right.
deal, an FHA can take longer, even USDA can take 45 or 60 days we've seen. So putting a larger down payment can be more enticing to a seller to get the offer.
Now, the other thing, if you are so inclined to do, there's something called an escalation clause that you can also put in. Now, what that means is, let's say you want to, you really want this house and you're putting in $200,000 offer on the house. You can put an escalation clause in there to the realtors that for the highest, whatever the highest bid is, you'll go 1,000 higher or 2,000 higher. So they know right away you're willing to go up over the highest bid. Now, of course, you have to put a cap on it. So you say, okay, I'll not go more than 210.
This sounds like eBay for houses.
It
right
is,
here.
in a way it is. So that can get you the house.
One of the other options might be, this is not a Captain Obvious, by the way.
No, it isn't.
Waive the appraisal contingency. You know, if you're a buyer and you know, I want this house, it's $200,000, but I got a feeling it might not appraise. It may come in at $175,000, but I have the extra cash to come up with, because in every sales contract, there is a contingency on the appraisal coming in. So what you're basically saying is, I don't care if it appraises, I still want to buy it, and I'll come up with the difference if I need to.
Right. Another thing
So
that
what do
you
you think
could,
of that?
That's a very
Don't
good point.
you want to sell your house to me?
Especially if it's like in the right school zone or something like that you might be looking to make a move to.
Absolutely.
Probably not a $25,000 spread, but sometimes there's a couple $1,000s and it makes
seller.
sense.
It's a buyer's market.
You're so optimistic.
Follow my rule.
The other thing to consider, and this is kind of iffy, but you could also waive the inspections, termite inspection, home inspection, that kind of thing. If you you or someone in your family has a real good handle on things like that.
Cousin Bill, he can do that.
Cousin Bill knows how to look at houses, that kind of thing, then you might want to waive those. Remember, contingencies are things that, you have 10 days to get an inspection done, 10 days to get a termite report done, that kind of thing. The seller is thinking in his head, okay, 10 days from now, this whole contract can blow up in smoke on us. So if you waive those things, that's a stronger contract for the seller. He would love to know that the whole thing's not going to go down the drain in 10 days.
You're going to buy it no matter what.
Right.
So DeLynn, this one's my favorite.
I know, I love this one too.
I love it, okay? And nobody ever thinks of it. Write a letter. Write a letter about your situation. Look, I'm moving in with my lovely wife, my dog Spot, and my 3 children, and my 2 whatever. Anyway.
I know, it sounds corny, but...
Yeah, it does sound corny. But you know what? Let them know that you're going to take care of their house. You have all these dreams, because that home was an emotional attachment, more than likely, to that seller. Now, obviously, if it's a foreclosure, they could give a rat's butt about you, but
don't write a letter there.
Yeah, don't write a letter. Just put your best bid in and hope it flies. Okay, so I like the idea of writing a letter.
I do too,
and
because
you need to sell yourself. That say, please sell it to me. Please sell
That's
it to
right.
me.
Make yourself stand out if you have a regular Mr. and Mrs. Seller there.
Absolutely.
The other thing is sometimes give them more time to move, especially if it's a Mr. and Mrs. Seller who are moving, out of this house and into something bigger or smaller or whatever it is. They need time to move. So if you're not in like a huge time constraint or whatever to move out of your existing house or apartment or whatever it is, maybe offer that they can stay in for a week or 2 weeks or something like that after you own it, just to give them some time so that they don't have to worry about moving stuff into storage and then...
I think the key here is be flexible, and maybe even that letter that you wrote.
Okay, he said it better.
Yeah, just let them know that you're flexible. Nothing's worse than dealing. You're going to, for the next 45 days of your life, you're probably going to deal with this person, and then maybe it's over. But you want them to know it's going to be a smooth transaction, and it's going to go well, and you're easy and flexible to work with.
That's how you stand out.
There you go. There's an old saying in the industry that said, if you're not the lead dog, the scenery never changes. Have you ever heard that?
No.
Okay.
That's a saying in what industry?
It's for the Eskimos, okay?
All right, fine.
If you're a sleigh dog operator, you're the lead dog, the scenery never changes. It's a fact. Think about it. What are you looking at when you're that dog?
Yeah, I know.
All
okay.
Right, now, let's go back. When you're bidding on a house now, maybe being in second is just as good as being last.
Being last, exactly.
But there's an exception to that rule. If you do put your bid in and you come in second, if that first deal happens to fall apart, which never happens when you're getting a loan, okay? Because it always goes perfect and smooth.
Every transaction goes perfect and smooth.
Oh, absolutely. Then possibly you might still get that bid. So go ahead and put that offer
Let
in
your
writing.
agent know and let the listing agent know that you'd like to be the backup offer. You are still interested in this house. So that if something does fall apart on the other end with the winning bidder, then you're right there and ready to move in.
Absolutely. So
move
now,
in. Move in.
So anyway, I hope this was some great information for you. Hope you win the bid. If you do, remember us because we both love Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts. Just keep us in mind.
Are we allowed to
after
do
you
that?
win the bid. Absolutely. We can solicit coffee.
Anyway, and if you are a realtor, get this one out to your buyers, your sellers, that kind of thing, because your sellers are buyers potentially somewhere. So get this out, share it. We are out there on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, all of those things, right?
Yep. And don't forget,
share.
just forward
like
the
us.
email. Get it out there. So
we are today and every day
moving forward and winning the bid.
Looking forward to seeing you next week.